badly.
Do I have to?
Just listen to your mother.
But who's tucking you in?
The wolf?
No.
The bear?
No.
Me! Yay!
Now off you go.
Faster, faster! They're shooting!
Fancy Armstrong. Now straight into bed and no more nonsense.
Alright.
Close your eyes. Night night.
Who are you? Go away! Me!
Come!
No, I won't! Mama! Daddy!
Come here!
Good evening. The story you're about to witness is one of romance and tragedy, primal murder and the urge for revenge. What a better way to spend a pleasant evening together? From the beginning, it was an odyssey, deception, and trickery. One moment, I could see the light, like a beam of a train engine hurtling past. The next, all was darkness, and the thread that I pulled came away my fingers and led to nothing. I believe it was the greatest case in my career, but who am I to say? Modesty forbids it. It was certainly the most difficult I've ever encountered, and it made me question the very deepest values I've held since I was a young man. It began in the exotic city of Istanbul. I planned a vacation there for several days, following a train that was on my nerves. But things began changing the moment I stepped into the dining room of the world's famous Cafe Hotel, where the enormity of the prices was matched only by the self-esteem of the waiters. My name, incidentally, is Hikul Kwabo, and I am a detective.
This way, monsieur. I have a beautiful table I'm sure you will enjoy. Is it Monsieur who was coming?
That is correct, but how did you know?
Oh, I have my ways. My little observations. In this business, one needs to be a detective like that famous Poirot fellow who comes from France.
I believe he's Belgian.
No, from France. I know him.
Ah,
Your table, monsieur.
merci.
Mary, there you are.
James, at last. Where have you been?
Oh, I'm not that late, am I?
Of course you are. You're always late. And I was terrified we missed the train. It would ruin everything.
I was just exploring a bit. I've never been to Istanbul before. I quite adore all this Easter nonsense.
Well, I don't. I just want to leave right now and get this all behind us.
I should tell you out of all this. You deserve better, you know.
Not now. No one can see us like this. Besides, I think we're being observed by that funny little man over there.
What, him? He's just some damn local. He probably doesn't even speak English.
Shall we order? I'm starving.
Not here. I found a cute little place around the corner where I'm sure the food will be 10 times better.
But we can't be late. We can't miss the train.
We won't be late. I promise. Now stop fussing and come on. Let's hurry.
Yoo-hoo! Excuse me, waiter. You did a very nice job, and I'm leaving you something extra because of it. Excuse me, young man. Are you American?
Why, yes, I am.
I thought so. I can see from your passport. Us Americans like to stick together, you know, especially in a place like this. I can't even pronounce half the things on the menu. Like, what's this? I keep seeing them on the street, and it looks like you can play hockey with them.
I believe they're made of fried chickpeas.
Well, there you go. Who knew? People fry anything. And by the way, I don't mean to snoop, but I see your train ticket sitting there, and I wonder, do you know if they're providing a bus to the station?
No, I don't think so. I believe they'll tell us a private car.
Well, don't you worry. I'll ask and find out. As the Bible says, most don't know the answer. Ask the concierge. Now, I better go. I think I'm annoying that odd little man over there with the silly mustache, and I don't think it's real.
I hope that the food at this humble establishment is up to your usual standards.
What is this? Mr. Book, mon ami?
My friend,
Mon ami, but what are you doing here?
what am I doing here? This is my city. I live here.
Of course, I know food.
I run Wagon Lee, the greatest train company in the entire world. The central office is in this hotel. Garçon, this bill is on me. Please, charge my office.
No.
Oui. So give me pleasure. One of my guests. So, tell me, what are you doing here? You are so much crime.
No. I did that last week in Syria. It was a bad affair. An army officer, a missing check, a beautiful woman. Oh, it did not end well. The man was guilty, that was certain, but perhaps because I pressed the man too hard to admit his guilt. It was unfortunately extreme, and yet I believe I did nothing wrong.
Of course you did nothing wrong. You break the law, you must pay the price. This is what you were told.
It is what I live by.
Now tell me, you were staying here at the hotel?
I was hoping, I was going to be like a tourist, but at the front desk was a telegram from the Scotland Yard begging me to return at once. So I asked the concierge if it is that the famous Orient Express.
There will be no problem. The best news is I will be waiting for you son. I know business.
Say magnifique.
Pardon, monsieur. The concierge said to tell you that there is no more first-class tickets on the express tonight. It is all sold out.
No.
Tom, it is my train. It has never sold out this time of year. That is ridiculous.
Must be a prior convention, perhaps?
You tell the concierge to find a boat from Road. He is my personal friend.
But, monsieur,
Partner Sudden is always available. South Reserve. Go tell him.
right away, monsieur.
Merci.
It is not a gesture. Now, you see this menu? Throw it away. Tonight we shall sit together in the train, just like old times, and we will dine like kings.
And the food of the train, it is edible.
Monsieur Poirot, you stab me in the heart. I am riding at the ground at your feet. It's not some mere train that will carry you tonight. It is a legend. It runs like no other vehicle on the earth. The fittings are from Paris, the paneling Venice, the plates from Rome, and the taps from New York. The best food, the best beds, the best pillows, the best feathers inside the pillows. It's like poetry on wheels. Lord Byron himself could not write it better. There, sir, prepare yourself. For 1 hour, I will meet you on the platform of the Orient Express.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous venons d'Espace partir pendant pour une petite numéro 10. Veuillez faire attention aux marches, soyez prudents et bon voyage. Ladies and gentlemen, the Orient Express will depart in 20 minutes from platform 10. Please watch your step and have a safe trip.
Oh, Martha, will you please put those suitcases down? You're driving me mad. Oh, no, princess. Do not have concern. They are not so heavy as they look, I'm sure. They are extremely heavy.
Princess Rayne, how lovely to see you. Please, let me help you.
Oh, it is mademoiselle. I am not married, except to good Almighty who lives in heaven.
Oh, Greta, please not now. This is Gretel's.
I'm a missionary. I've been in Africa with little babies.
I have agreed to pay her way if she will assist me as I travel to Paris.
What's your usual companion, Miss Schmidt?
She is very sick.
The doctors are calling it a cardiac event, but she's German, so it's very unlikely to slow her down.
And I will pray for Schmidt. And God will protect her.
Greta, that is enough. Just get on the train.
Princess, you are in compartment 11, as usual. And Miss Olsen, your shares with a missionary gentleman in compartment 4.
I'm Miss Devon now.
Mademoiselle, you will be sharing with Miss Olsen here.
I will do my very best so I am not disturbing you. I am sure you'll get along just fine.
Hector! Here, sir. I'm right here.
Is the luggage on board?
Yes, sir, it is. And I checked this morning for an email that might have arrived overnight, and, well, this came apparently. Damn it! I know, right? It's awful. Prepared to die? Your voice down. You need to call the police. None of their business. He's so dangerous. It's the third one you've had this week.
really drag that gun. Would you keep your voice down? Excuse me. Could you please direct me to compartment number 7?
Number 7, monsieur? I believe there must be some mistake.
Let us hope not. I must get to London by the end of the week. My name is Hercule Poirot.
Hercule Poirot, the detective?
Well, what do you know? Hercules Poirot, I heard of you. You're famous.
Hercule Poirot. Merci, monsieur.
The name's Ratchet. Samuel Ratchet, import expert. I may have some business for you.
I'm afraid I'm on vacation, monsieur.
Trust me, you'll change your mind when you hear the price.
Monsieur Ratchet, you were in compartment 2.
I know where I'm going. Thank you. We'll discuss it inside, right?
Monsieur Poirot, a lawyer beat me to the gate. Ah, you've met Michel. He is from Paris and he's the best conductor in the company.
Merci, monsieur. But your friend here says that he is the number 7, and I'm afraid you're mistaken. Indeed, the entire first-class coach is full.
That's incredible.
I know, monsieur. All the world likes you travel tonight.
Put him in compartment 1. This is my personal compartment. Find something in one of the other carriages.
No, I can't take your bed when I eat.
Please, I insist. It is done. Michel, you will make the arrangements.
I made it yet.
Now, tell me, have all the passengers checked in?
Not yet. We are waiting for a Miss Hubbard and the Count and Countess on train.
I hear that the Countess is one of the greatest beauties of Europe. She is Hungarian, I believe a commoner who became a doctor. When she married the Count, she became royalty.
I see you're coming.
All goes to Countess Lena Rennie. Merci beaucoup, the lady.
I'm delighted to see you.
Your reputation. May I present my friend Merci with you, Laura?
The famous detective. That is indeed wonderful.
I read about you in the papers, monsieur, and I must say I admire you greatly. You speak Hungarian beautifully.
Not as well as you speak English.
May I help you with your bag, madame?
Oh, no. It is nothing at all.
Your husband, the Count, is coming?
He cannot join me this trip, but since I'm visiting my mother, it works out quite nicely. It is not like her. Monsieur Poirot, I look forward to hearing about your brother.
And I look forward to telling about that.
Compartment 12, Countess.
I think you are in love, my friend.
That discounts that possibility.
Is this that famous Orient Express I keep hearing about? Doesn't look that impressive, at least not from here.
You are Miss Hubbard.
Miss Helen Caroline Peabody Wolfson Van Pelt Hubbard, if you please, from the beautiful garden state of Minnesota. My first husband, Mr. Peabody, was a very kind soul, but poor man had no talent for longevity. And I shouldn't say poor because he did very nicely for himself, thank you very much. My second husband was Mr. Bolson, who I loved rather dearly, but he loved a lot of women, so I traded up and got myself a Van Pelt. But I caught him in bed with the red hand from the Waldorf who did his nails. Then at last I found my Mr. Hubbard, and I called him my little white knight, saving me from a life of rich games and watered-down cocktails at the Minneapolis Country Club.
Is Mr. Hubbard joining you?
No, Mr. Hubbard will not be joining me, but we traveled together once and he said it raised his blood pressure. I don't know why, so now I do it for the both of us. Do you like to travel?
I travel every day.
Well, maybe you and I should exchange notes sometime.
Compartment 3.
Is that yours or mine?
Yours, madame.
Well, I hope it's comfy.
I've never had any complaints, madame.
I'm sure you haven't.
She is quite a character.
They're all quite a character. Those Balzac are riding on the ball.
And just to think, these strangers brought to me close to the quarters, eating and sleeping under a single roof.
And then they part, never to see each other again.
Unless
what?
Unless there's an accident, or something fatal occurs.
Monsieur, why do you say such?
Forgive me, it is my business. And it said that something is wrong. There's a tension among these passengers of yours. One of them does not fit in. It makes me frightened.
You must not succumb to nothing but pleasure. Prepare yourself to step aboard and ride in the company wagon for the most memorable journey of your entire life.
Well, ain't this the bee's knees? I think I might just move right on in for good.
This way, please, and watch your step.
Holy cow! Is it snowing out there?
We get a lot of it this time of year, I'm afraid. Last year we got stuck in the snow for 7 days.
7 days! With no liquor on board!
There is always plenty.
Well, now I can breathe again. Don't get me wrong, I also eat solid food, as long as it's cooked in bourbon. Well, like I say in movies, lay down, yourself.
Oh, that guy, you must keep up. Keep up. We have to get settled in before the train starts moving. I must confess to you, Princess, I am not very liking train since I'm a little girl. They're feeling very tight to me, like pulling, and it has made rough sides and squeezing my bosom. Don't be silly. Trains are wonderful. I am also not liking all this trains and their clickety clackety. But people be sitting next to each other, yeah? That part is good. Oh, once I was in Africa on a train and there was crying and noise and animals, and I looked up from my book and there sitting next to me, right on the seat, is a very old goat. That is true, old goat. He is like my companion. And I think on this trip, it will not be so different. Yeah?
Mr. Poirot, slow up. Now, I'd like to discuss that business proposition.
No, it's not a good time.
Oh, sure it is. Sit down. Quick, I promise.
I'm afraid.
Sit down!
Are you trying? Proceed.
I want you to take on a job.
I take on a few new cases.
Take this one, I guarantee.
And why is that?
Because I'm talking big money here, Mr. Poirot. I have an enemy.
I would guess that you have several enemies.
Now, what's that supposed to mean?
You are successful, n'est-ce pas? Successful people have many enemies.
Right, that's it exactly. You see, I've been getting some threatening letters lately, and I need an extra pair of eyes for snooping around. And that's what you do, am I right? Snooping? Of course I can take care of myself. I'll pay you $5,000. How does that sound?
No.
All right, 10 for a few days' work.
I'm not for sale, monsieur. I've been very fortunate in my profession, and now I take on only such cases that interest me. And frankly, you do not interest me.
You want me to grovel? Is that it?
I want nothing, monsieur, except to leave.
Pardon me, sir.
Hey, you're that count I sent you.
That is correct.
Well, you're awfully pretty. And from what I hear, you were a common understudy, just like the rest of us.
That is also correct.
Does that mean you'll have a drink with me?
I'm married, monsieur. My husband is having business elsewhere. Please excuse me.
Not so fast.
Move out of the way,
Hey,
please.
you don't need to get all high and mighty about it.
Do not move this instant. I feel straight.
Now, just wait a minute. You said that you're under tax records. You're on a trip. So who the hell's going to know what happened to some private and some too big pieces?
Stay away from me.
Yes, Mr. Ashton,
Looking for you. Now listen, I put your glass of wine next to your bed. If you didn't need anything else tonight,
shut up, Hector! Just shut up!
My friends, hope you are settling in all right and enjoying yourselves. Won't be long now till we can begin. All in all, journey begins in which you both block God's spirit.
Hello?
Oui, madame.
Michelle, could you bring me a bourbon, please? And put it on the rocks. The tap water's terrible.
Right away, madame.
And how about some nibbles?
Nibbles, madame?
Munchies. Yummies. Things to snack on while I drink my bourbon.
Ah, you mean like crisps, madame?
Yeah, like crisps. We call them nibbles in the Midwest. Have you ever nibbled on anything, Michelle?
I have not had that pleasure.
Oh. Well, you bring me those crisps and I'll give you a lesson. Over and out. Not looking so bad there, kid. You're looking younger all the time. Come on in here, Alexander's ragtime band. Come on in here, it's the best band in the land. They can play it in the call like you never heard before. So natural that you want to go to war. It's just the bestest band that ever lived.
Why don't you keep it down?
Shut up! Who asked you?
It's the middle of the night.
Sir, what is it?
Why don't you tell that ridiculous woman in there to keep it down? It's time for bed.
Ridiculous woman! I heard that!
Monsieur, if the lady wants to sing a little song.
It's 12 o'clock at night.
Now listen, you! Just mind your own business!
Stay out of here. This is my compartment.
If I want to enjoy myself, I'm gonna do it, so just pat down!
You're insane. You just get out.
Who are you? A thug? Are you in the mafia? Michelle, I think he's dangerous! No! A gun! Michelle, it's a gun!
Not against the law.
Get out this instant.
You must be crazy!
I said get out.
Let me take you by the hand. Who's the leader of the band? Anyone hear the Swanee River play? Every time on here, Alexander's ragtime band.
It will be a long night.
Orient Express to Belgrade Station. Orient Express to Belgrade Station. Emergency call number 867. Alert code blue. This is important. Hello?
We read your express. Pray continue.
We've just left Sophia and the snow is becoming heavier by the minutes. I'm getting concerned as we head into the mountains. Please prepare your rescue equipment in case of stoppage. Hello? Are you there, Belgrade? Belgrade! Belgrade, can you hear me?
James, thank God. I thought you were coming.
What's the matter? Why not you know?
I'll tell you what the matter is. I'm scared because we shouldn't be doing this.
Now calm down.
I can't calm down. We have to stop this.
Now that's ridiculous.
No, it isn't. That's the trouble with you military men. You never show any real emotion. It's always stiff upper lip, no matter what's going on.
Mary, we're doing nothing wrong. You have to remember that.
I'm trying. I really am.
Better.
I think so.
There was a hill near my home in Scotland. I'd sit for hours watching the trains go by in the valley below. I knew they were headed to exotic locales, and I wanted to climb aboard the worst way.
But you didn't.
No, I suppose I knew somehow that I'd break my mother's heart.
You're a very good man.
She was a very good woman.
You know what the worst of this is with all the traveling we've been doing? We don't get any privacy. It's just so maddening.
Well, I don't see anyone here around at the moment. Do you?
No, I suppose not. Oh, James.
Be strong.
I will, I promise.
Oh, hi there. I hope I'm not interrupting. Of course you're interrupting. You moron, are you lying? Oh, I'm sorry. Might go get some snacks or a drink. Oh my god, the train is stopping.
What is it? What's happened?
The snow, look. Oh, not now.
We could have snowed here.
Oh, Christ, that's all we need. Oh my god, look. What good will that do?
He's right, James. Let him go.
Mary,
It's okay, Mr. Rennie. I'm here waiting for you.
I'll be right back. Why did you set it off like that? What is it?
There was a man in my room. He ran off. I'm sure of it.
Where did he go?
That way, just this second.
But, madam, that's where I'm coming from. I saw no one.
Well, maybe he jumped into one of the other compartments or something. I don't know. I tell you, I was laying there in my bed, dead to the world, and then I open my eyes and I see this man going out the door. He's wearing a uniform.
But where would he come from?
I don't know. He just suddenly appeared.
He looks like...
I don't know. I could barely see him. One second he was there, and the next he was gone. It was like a phantom.
How is this possible?
How should I know?
Perhaps you were dreaming.
I wasn't dreaming. I know when I'm dreaming. My mouth gets dry. Does my mouth look dry to you?
The door was locked.
Of course it was locked. But people have keys, don't they? I'll bet you have keys. Don't you own the company?
No, madam, I run the company. I'll look into it.
Well, all right, but hurry up about it. I don't feel safe.
She is keeping you busy, our Mrs. Hubbard?
She insists there was a man inside her compartment.
Michelle, perhaps?
Possible. With the engineer at the moment.
At Tom. We are not moving.
Tell me.
Snowdrift?
We're stuck until next up for Belgrade. Think so.
No.
Sorry, my friend, but I promise you'll be completely comfortable for as long as it takes.
Boo! Have you tracked him down yet?
Not yet, Adam.
But keep trying.
Get a good night's sleep tonight, my friend. That's how they'll make one of us.
And hurry up about it!
I wonder.
Oh, good morning, Princess. Good morning.
Good morning, and good morning.
Good morning.
My fault, good morning. Mr. Ratchet, hello. Mr. Ratchet! Sir, you in there? Could you open the door, please? Is something wrong? He's not answering. And his door is locked. Mr. Ratchet, are you alright?
The passage, perhaps?
Of course.
I hope he's not being ill.
There's a chain. Hello?
You must force the door.
It will break and need repairing.
Quickly, not leaving the whole area into his room. It's freezing.
I do not like this at all.
Oh dear God, it is awful.
Mr. Ratchet!
Look,
Do you see his chest?
it's horrible.
I cannot believe it.
Do not touch anything. Not a speck.
It is a human life. It is wrong. Greta, you must calm down.
Princess, would you be so kind to escort Miss Olsen to her room, please?
Come on.
Holy cow. Such a thing has never happened in the history of my company. What are you doing?
I am examining the wounds. There appear to be 8 sevens to the chest. Mr. McQueen, when did you see him last?
Well, I didn't do anything. He was fine last night when I put out his wine.
You are his secretary. What do you know about him?
Well, not very much, I'm afraid. He never spoke about himself at all. Frankly, I feel like he was hiding something. That's just my impression, anyway.
And why was that, do you think?
I feel like he was fleeing from America to get away from something. And he succeeded, at least until a few weeks ago.
And then,
These letters began arriving. Do you want to see them? They're in my room.
yes, open. And please ask the Countess to come join me here.
Yes, of course.
It is incredible for such a thing to happen on my train. Freezing.
You have observed the window,
Leaves open.
and what do you see outside?
Nothing.
Exactly. No footprints and no marks on the snow, which means that no one left or entered through the window.
Then why is it open?
I seem to mistake the police when they arrived.
The police.
Of course, the police. It is murder.
The Yugoslavian Police Department. Oh, no. We do not want them. You must solve the crime, and you tell them who did it.
But I've interfered too much already.
But my company is at stake.
But mon ami,
Just say what a Yugoslavian police inquiry would do to my company. People would say, oh no, I cannot travel the Orient Express. I could be murdered in my own bed. And our sales would suffer, and I would lose my clients.
but I am doing London in 3 days' time.
Then solve it in 2. I've seen you work. You listen, you look, you pester, you make yourself a pain in the backside, and suddenly, poof, the case is solved like that.
The police would be angry.
The Yugoslavian Police Department. Oh, please, they're like the Three Stooges in the movie house. They'd be thrilled not to have to do any work. In fact, if you stayed at the job, they'll probably put up a statue of you in the center of Zagreb.
I would need a plan of the coach,
Done.
and a ticket and passports of everyone on board.
It's done.
Pardon me, but you have asked to see me. Oh, dear God!
Forgive me, Countess, but they understand that you were trained in the position, so you're not about to get help with the body.
I'm happy to help.
I'm afraid it's not a very pleasant sight.
Oh, I've seen worse, believe me. I volunteered in the war.
Galt. The left of its place is slightly red. Do you see?
I do. It has been slapped.
How do you know?
Because I slapped it. I count 8 separate clues.
This is my count also. Can you estimate the time of death?
I would say it is between 8 and 10 hours ago, which puts the time between midnight and 2 o'clock.
I am in accord.
It seems as though the killer was wild, in a frenzy of some sort.
The Galt of the eat stab wounds. 5 appear strong and 3 are mere scratches. And wait, the wounds appear from different directions. Do you see? I need a pencil. Here. Bon. Now watch as we push the pencil inside each wound gently.
Is this necessary?
Perhaps the man changed hands during the stabbing.
There were 2 assailants, one right-handed and one left-handed.
Let's try one week.
It is possible, but now another question presents itself. Why did Mr. Ratchet not fight back when all this time he had a gun beside his pillow?
Oh la la!
Well, that's it.
But how did you find this?
He showed me it yesterday, so I knew it was here somewhere.
It's an automatic, and I believe it's loaded.
Attention!
Wait, there's a safety switch. It's not on.
Si vous voulez, mon ami. Have you not heard of the fatal accident? Un moment. I have a good nose. Aha! Smell the wine glass.
It smells of almonds. He was clearly black, which is
I
like.
did not fight back. Oh. And voila. What is this?
It's a watch. The face is smacked.
It is stopped at 1:15.
Oh, we have something important, yes? The Countess said that he died between midnight and 2. So the time of death is 1:15. It's clear.
It is possible.
What do you mean it is possible? What is wrong?
I do not know yet what is right and what is wrong because I am still investigating. Here's a pipe, and here's a match, and here's a different pipe in a different shape. There are a dozen of clues in the room, and it makes me suspicious.
Wait, what's this on the floor?
It is a lady's handkerchief with the letter H on it.
And yet another clue. And who is H? As in Hamlet?
That is the question. That is Miss Hubbard, and I believe her first name is Helen.
And is the princess?
Her name is Natalia Dragomirov. There's Mary Debenham, Greta Olson, James Arbuthnot, Hector McLean, and I am Constantine Book, and such a thing like this has never happened in the history of my company, and I want you to solve it immediately.
You are upset?
I am very upset. A man has been murdered on my train.
It will be alright.
I hope so. I need to smoke a cigarette.
That's a good idea.
Oh my God, just look at this ashtray. My people are lying down on their job.
No, stop. Do you not see? There's a piece of paper that's been burned. Perhaps hide its contents. And there appears to be something written on it. What they need right now is a least hat box. Countess, do you keep such a thing?
Of course I do.
I greatly admire that creature woman. Did you see? She did not ask a single question. I asked for a hat box, she gets me a hat box. I asked her about the body, and she rolls up her sleeves. Suddenly, I desire to be young again. Do not move. I am getting a spirit lamp. I use it to heat the wax of my mustache.
And why did you spirit back?
Because this time I'm using science to catch a guilty party. Usually for me it's psychology, the mind of the killer. But not with these clues.
Why not?
Because I do not trust them. The handkerchief. Did a woman drop it, or did a man put it there and say, I'll make it look like a woman has done it. Same thing with the pipe cleaner. I'll make it look like a man's crime. There's also the wine, the watch, the open window. There are too many clues, and I am unhappy.
Your handcuffs, Miss Jerusalem.
Countess, if I asked you to leave your husband and come away with me to Monte Carlo, what would you say?
I would say give me 5 minutes. I need to pack.
I'll get back to you. In the meantime, please hold this. Excellent. I believe that this note is a threat that this work to conceal the information contained. And I want you to watch very closely, for I believe that some letters will appear as if they were straightened out. And we must look out them while we can. Now, let's put it over the flame like so. Did you see?
Remember little Daisy Armstrong?
But what does it mean?
There was a case in America 3 years ago.
4.
A little girl was murdered. It was all in the papers.
I do not remember.
It was a case most horrible. Horrible. A little girl named Daisy Armstrong was kidnapped from her home in Long Island, New York. The ransom was set to $200,000, and it was paid.
But she was never returned to her family.
3 days later, they found the little girl dead, murdered, in the woods not far away from her home. The police got the man who did it, but he had ties to organized crime, and they got him off by jingling evidence. He would have been hanged if it had been found by the public, but they gave him the slip and disappeared.
But what does this have to do with ratchets?
I can give you any guesses? No?
Of course.
Mr. McQueen said that Ratchet was fleeing some up starting in America, and that he succeeded until the letters began arriving.
Then you think
That
that...
Ratchet's real name was Bruno Cassetti, the man who murdered little Daisy Armstrong.
Oh, good God!
Excuse me, Mr. Poirot. I have those letters.
Oh, and so it begins. Monsieur Bouc, please gather all the passports of Avery in the carriage. Then bring me the Princess and Miss Wilson together. Then Mr. McQueen and Miss Hubbard. Now, wait before the trail is cold. It is clear that someone on the street has committed this murder, and they will find out who it is. I promise you.
Monsieur Poirot, it appears that the sense of duty. That is all. I do not like having my day disturbed.
Then let's speak immediately. Now, it's on your passport that you are Russian,
That is correct. I've been in exile since the Bolshevik dogs took over.
and I believe your first name is.
Natal.
And this is your handkerchief, madam.
Of course not, but there's a letter H on it. My initials are NB. Natalia, that I know.
Is it yours, mademoiselle?
Oh no, I could have reported such a beautiful thing as this. It would be a sin. Ugh.
And may I ask you where you were last night between midnight and 2 o'clock?
Well, at midnight, I could not sleep. So the Countess of Rennie and I got together in my room. Up loud. It is the very best way to get to sleep if I'm anxious.
And what were you anxious about?
The Bolsheviks,
And what book did you read?
the Tale of Two Cities. It is very comforting.
And you, mademoiselle, where were you?
I was in my room with Miss Nethercamp, who's also nice. We talked from 12 o'clock until 2 o'clock. You can ask her.
You are very religious?
Yeah, since I was a little girl and Jesus came to visit me in my garden, she spoke with me and told me I must work hard to help the babies in Africa.
And I'm sure you've been doing it beautifully. Now, just one last question for the both of you ladies. Are you aware of the identity of the man who was murdered last night?
His name was Ratchet, and I pray for his soul.
No, his name is Bruno Cassetti. The Countess told me. When I pray, is that his soul is damned and he burns in hell for all eternity.
Princess!
He murdered a girl named Daisy Armstrong, and her grandmother was my dearest friend. You would know her as the actress Rayne.
It was very great.
That was. She is very great. She is very much alive and remains the greatest actress of the American stage. And when her 5-year-old granddaughter was murdered by this monster Cassetti, it took her years to recover. Indeed, she has not yet recovered.
And there were 4 who died?
5 people died. Little Daisy, and then her mother, who was pregnant, died in childbirth.
the baby died too. And her father, Colonel Armstrong, lived what happened and ended his life, and the housemaid as well. 5 human souls were extinguished. So please forgive me, Greta, if I feel that there is no forgiveness in such a case as this, and that Mr. Cassetti should have been flogged to death and his remains thrown into an iron machine! Greta, wait! Greta!
Oh, I'm so sorry. Mr. McQueen, please sit down.
Of course.
Are they going to be alright? They'll be fine, I assure you. Now, tell me please, what exactly were your duties as secretary to the employer?
Well, I did his letters. I did his errands.
And you do it only as Samuel Ratchet?
Why, yes, how else did I know him?
His real name was Bruno Cassetti.
Holy God, are you sure of that?
Then you know about the Armstrong case?
You bet I do. My father was district attorney for the state of New York, and he brought the case against that son of a bitch. I'm sorry, you have no idea who did that there. You were so nice to me.
And can you tell us who was in the Armstrong household?
Mrs. Armstrong had a sister. She went to graduate school, and I believe after the tragedy, she moved to Europe and got married. Her name was Helen. And Mrs. Armstrong went to visit sometimes. She was an actress.
Anyone else?
There was a governess and a baby nurse, and then poor Suzanne. She was a French housemaid. She came from Paris. And my mom saw the fun with it. And, well, she was so strong in the accusations that it turned out she was innocent. My father was shattered, and he never recovered.
And can you tell me where you were last night between midnight and 2 o'clock?
12 to 2, I was in Colonel Armstrong on the observation deck.
And did you see anyone you don't recognize?
No, I saw Michelle conductor. The other conductor was Colonel Armstrong, this dead man.
The other conductor?
There is a second conductor?
Well, I guess so. I saw him.
He was in uniform.
Yes, the same one that Michelle wears.
And he looks like.
Well, I don't know. He had his hat pulled down. He was small boned, you know what I mean? Sort of feminine.
And did you speak with him?
Well, I said hello, but he just kept walking.
You are very helpful. Thank you. You may go. And please ask Michelle to come see.
All right.
I knew we would get a breakthrough. Mrs. Hubbard was telling the truth. The question now is, where did this man go?
No. The question now is whether such a man exists. It could be an invention of Mr. McQueen.
But why would he lie?
Why not?
Because he's not the type. This is a crime of passion by someone Italian or Hungarian, a man with blood in his veins.
I now feel the passport, and there's one that troubles me. There's a grease spot at the beginning of the name, and I believe it's Italian.
Who is it?
Knock, knock. Excuse me, but I need to talk to you.
Please wait your turn.
No, I cannot wait my turn because you owe me an apology.
I do.
You thought I was crazy.
Pardon, madame, but I do not know what you were
To
referring
what I am referring is the man in my room last night. You didn't believe me, but guess what? I have a surprise for you. There was a man in my room last night. I can prove it. He left a button. Look.
Says Orient Express.
It sure as heck does. And it's just like the one Michelle wears on his uniform.
And you found it.
On the floor this morning, right as you please. Right next to my big toe after I put these tootsies on the floor when I woke up.
And you waited until now to tell us?
I just woke up. It's called a vacation. And I just heard about Ratchet's murder, and I thought maybe this button guy did it. You see, it all adds up. He goes to the register, kills him, comes up to my room. I wake up at like 1:15 and see him. Well, not see him exactly. I sort of feel his presence. And do you realize that he could have strangled me in bed or shot me or something?
The dead man's name was not Ratchet, madame. It was Bruno Cassetti. Does that mean anything to you?
No.
Are you aware of the Daisy Armstrong case?
You mean that poor kid who got murdered? It was national news. The whole world knew about it. So what?
And can you tell me where you were last night between midnight and 2 o'clock?
Oh, great. So now I'm the suspect. You know, you should really read some detective stories and get some tips.
12 to 2, madam.
I just told you. I was alone in bed around 1 o'clock. And then a few minutes later, I wake up and see some man going out the door and scaring the living bejesus out of me.
And would you write your signature on this paper, please?
I beg
your signature so I can see your handwriting.
I always thought French was screwed.
He's Belgian.
Exactly.
Sorry to interrupt, but I'm looking for Miss Debenham.
She is not here.
Have you tried her room? I've tried everywhere I can think of, and she's gone. Did you try to carry her to the back of the train? Of course I did. I got Michelle to open the doors. She wasn't in any of them. It was a very small train, Minister. She cannot be fought. You don't understand what I'm saying, monsieur. There was a murder on this train last night, and that has some implications, does it not? Oh my God! It's her! What happened?
Quickly, this way.
What's going on? Here. Oh my God.
What's happening?
I heard a gunshot. It's not here. Good idea.
Very good.
What?
I'm trying.
There will now be a short 5-minute break while we reposition the set for Act 2, Murder on the Orient Express.
It's all right, it's good.
Is that it?
I'm trying.
Touch nothing, Countess.
Of course. She's still alive.
On.
Mary,
What happened?
you were shot for God's sake.
I need my medical bag.
I'll get it.
Big thing, 112.
Michelle, please search the train.
Oui, monsieur. I'll go with them.
Me too. Wait. Do you have a gun?
There's one for emergencies in the porter's box.
Take it with you. This is not the game.
Yes, sir.
Come quickly.
Can you sit upright?
I think so. Ow.
There's a great deal of blood. Do not like blood. Nobody likes blood. He's the kid. Thank you. Is it on your arm?
Yes.
You have not been hurt elsewhere.
No.
Do not be alarmed. I merely cut the suit of your blouse. Oh, I cannot watch. Now this next one may hurt a bit. It is let's coverage.
EOD.
Iodine. Ow!
Be careful, will you?
Sorry, James. You are remarkably fortunate, Miss Debenham. 2 inches to the left and a little bit thick.
Well, thank God for small blessings.
Countess, may I ask Mrs. Debenham a question?
Are you well enough?
I think so.
It's very simple, mademoiselle. Who shot you?
I don't know. He was.
What?
Tell us.
It makes no sense. He was in a kind of uniform, but I may have imagined it.
Can you tell us what happened?
I'll try. I woke up this morning feeling disoriented, as though I'd been drugged or something. I had a splitting headache, so I looked in my suitcase for some aspirin, but I couldn't find any. And so I stumbled out of my room, and I saw that Miss Hubbard's door was ajar. I called to her, but she didn't answer. And I know I shouldn't have, but I went into her room. I'm sorry. That's quite all right.
Go on.
Well, my head was splitting open by this time, and I wasn't thinking straight. So I looked for some aspirin in Miss Hubbard's makeup bag, and there was this knife, and it was covered with blood. A knife in my bag? Yes.
Where is it?
I left it where it was. I just felt
was a man.
I think so. I assumed it was. I suppose I'm not positive.
You must have been hiding in this room behind the door, waiting to escape.
So that means I come in here first and whammo! No more show tunes in the shower!
And then would be the terribles.
Mrs. Hubbard, can you tell me where you keep your makeup bag?
Gladly, right beside the door, hanging on the hook. Now let me just say, if these departments were bigger, I wouldn't have to leave my make bag hanging on a hook like some drama school kid in a Rudolph Ramel operetta living out of a whole dollar. Holy God!
There's something like that.
I will be analyzing it for fingerprints. In the meantime, will you all please leave? Do not touch anything as you go. When I finish in here, I'll be in the dining car, and I'd like to see Miss Debenham.
Now stay here.
If she's able, then Mrs. Hubbard and the princess and Miss Olsen again.
Me?
Countess, would you be so kind to escort Miss Debenham to her room?
Of course. You are strong.
I think so.
So you don't need to put Miss Debenham through anything stressful at the moment, and I suggest that you don't.
I will bear that in mind.
Hope you solve all this quickly. I'm not afraid of dying, but I'd rather not speed up the process.
I intend to sue this company on the ground of sure anxiety.
Bien, madame. You're not the only one who's anxious at the moment.
Zagrev, come in, please. We have an emergency. We cannot reach Belgrade, and we are 20 miles from the nearest town. We need assistance. Zagrev, come in.
No one. There's no way to tell you. Not a single person is on this train who should not be here.
You are positive?
Tired. It's gone on too far. Lives are in danger.
It's like a magic trick.
It's unbelievable. I told Michelle to go on searching. He may find someone.
I do not expect so.
Then where did he go? This man who's dressed like a train conductor.
I have no idea. That is the problem. Every time I find a piece of the puzzle, there's a suspect as an alibi. Colonel Arbuthnot. He had a grudge against Cassetti for business dealing. Then McQueen's alibi for Trump for two. They were chatting on the observation deck. I say, what about Miss Olsen? She is strange. There's something not right about her. But she swears that she and Miss Debenham were all night chatting in the room they are sharing. And so it goes with Miss Hubbard and the princess. And now Miss Debenham is shot and I am out of suspects.
Well, I brought Miss Debenham as you requested. Now what do you want with her?
I am beginning to ask her some questions. Colonel, you may go.
I beg your pardon?
You are not needed in this.
Well, I'm sorry to hear it because I'm staying.
I'm sorry also because you are not.
Now you listen to me, you little Frenchman. He's from Belgium. I don't care if he's the man in the moon. I'm not leaving her.
James, it's alright. I'm sure it won't take long.
She is correct. I need to be here in 10 minutes.
Well, I don't like it. Do you understand? And you can put that in a meerschaum pipe and smoke it. Sherlock Holmes. Go to hell!
Miss Debenham. There's much pain.
It's rather sore.
Well, let's all be grateful that it's not worse.
Thank the Lord.
Now, in the hotel yesterday, I overheard you say to the colonel that you were terrified to miss the train. Can you tell me why it was so important to you?
I just didn't want you late.
I see. But then you said you wanted to get it over with. Get it all behind you. Get what over with? You seem quite agitated.
I'm afraid you're against it. I'm tremendously punctual. That's all.
Now, my profession, and sometimes it can be too imaginative. You and the colonel are close, I take it?
Well, we met only a few days ago, and I suppose we'd rather hit it off.
And as for the murderer, assume you know the dead man's name was Bruno Cassetti.
I heard.
And what do you know of the kidnapping?
Not much, I'm afraid. I've never been to the States.
And what is it that brought you to Istanbul?
I lived with a family for about a year. I'm a governess.
I see. And can you tell me your whereabouts last night between midnight and 2 o'clock?
I was in my room with Miss Olson. We chatted until quite late. You see, she talks quite a bit, especially when she's anxious.
Nice.
And I maybe goes out for a couple minutes.
I see.
May I go?
Oh, you may. Just one last thing. Would you sign your name on this paper, please?
All right. It's a good thing I'm left-handed. I have trouble signing in my right at the moment.
Please, get some rest, and on behalf of the company, I'll have some champagne sent straight to your room.
Thank you.
If there's anything else I can do to help, please let me know. Goodbye. Bye. My God, can you imagine if she had died? Thank goodness. She's such a lovely young woman.
She's more than lovely. She's a complete liar.
Miss Debonair.
She swears that she's not well acquainted with the colonel, yet they are completely intimate. To him, she said she wanted to put something behind her, and now she acts as if she's worth nothing.
But she was shot
In the arm.
It could have killed her.
I wonder.
Of what? You do not suspect her of Cassetti's murder.
It's possible.
It is impossible. She is cool. She is methodical. She would not stab a man to that. She would sue him in court.
No. You are wrong to be this crime is sudden and passionate. This is a long-headed crime more than easy. I would save my career on it. Look at this.
Leaving for bless. So what?
There's a powder burn at the entry point of the sleeve.
Which means
But the man was very close to the scene when it went off.
what, the man was 2 feet away.
Pardon, monsieur. I finished the search.
And?
Nothing. There is no sign of the intruder anywhere.
If you like, I can show you. No, says you. Michelle, would you be able to take out your instrument, please? I see that none of the buttons are missing, and moreover, the thread for each button is old, so nothing was sewn on recently.
That is correct, but may I ask?
Mrs. Hubbard found this in her room this morning.
It is not mine, monsieur.
So I see, but it matches yours exactly.
It does.
Michelle, are there any other tickets to the train at the moment?
There is one in second class. A ticket taker I've known for years.
And it seems large or small?
Quite large, I'm afraid. Shall I ask him to see you?
No, it's quite all right. And what other passengers, besides the ones on this train, are on the train at the moment?
There is hardly anyone. It is the off-season. There is a mother and child on the Belgrade carriage, and that's all.
And could be a second conductor, wearing a uniform like yours.
Oh no, monsieur. I had to earn this uniform with many years of service. However,
Yes.
well, frankly, I'm not sure I trust her word, but Miss Olson says that last night she saw what she calls a second conductor on the train.
Miss Olson?
Oui, she told me this morning.
She did not tell us this morning.
She said he was wearing a uniform like mine, and when she spoke to him, he did not respond. In fact,
What? Tell me quickly.
the princess tells me that she also saw this man last night.
Oh la la. Oh la la. Oh la la.
What is it?
It is just the kind of play they've been waiting for. Michelle, come with me. I'll lead you off quickly. Monsieur Boop, we shall be right back. Do not move.
But where are you going?
You will see in a moment. Don't mind that. We will be right back.
But I thought you wanted to question me.
I do. Just stay where you are.
Oh! Well, that was exciting. As if we need any more excitement around here. Now listen, I want my passport back. But if there's another shooting, then we have to make a run for it.
much reason.
Please stop, Monsieur Poirot, really.
Miss Olsen, you must permit me to take a look at your case.
But they are private things. It counts as my undergarment, Monsieur Poirot.
Miss Olsen, we will look at nothing that will embarrass you. You have my promise. Oh wait, I have an idea. Princess, would you be so kind as to assist me?
I suppose.
Miss Olsen, Michelle tells me that you saw a second conductor of the train last night. Is that correct?
Yeah?
And what did he look like?
He was small, like a woman. That is correct. I saw him as well.
Well, it seems that virtually everyone on this train has seen a second conductor except myself and Monsieur Book. So the question now is, where did he go? Is he still in uniform? And if he were, we could spot him quickly. Therefore, at least one conclusion is that he has hidden the uniform and done so in the luggage of one of the passengers.
But why choose me? There are other suitcases. Try the other ones first.
Princess, would you be able to raise the lid and tell us what's inside?
It is the uniform. I have never seen it. I have known ever. I would not do such a thing. I am not a murderer.
Oh, now. I'm not accusing you. You did nothing wrong.
I have done nothing wrong.
Monsieur Book, are all the buttons in place?
No, there is one missing.
And there you go. Are we surprised at this?
Just wait a moment, there's something more. It's a passkey to the doors on the train.
And that would explain how we got into that room.
Oh, now, mademoiselle. Just tell me, when was the last time you looked in your suitcase?
It was yesterday, just after we boarded.
So someone could have hidden it in the luggage this morning before you left your room?
I don't know. I have never seen it. Monsieur Poirot, you must insist that you stop bullying Miss Olsen in this manner. She's simply not up like the rest of us.
You are right. Forgive me. Princess, would you be so kind as to escort Miss Olsen to her room? And please ask Miss Hubbard to join you. I will let you speak with the Countess alone for a moment, if you don't mind.
Of course we mind. Every time things get juicy, you throw us out again.
Would you please stop gossiping?
Me? You have your mouth open so much I can count your teeth.
Pleasure to know you've learned how to count, bird brain.
Well, if I'm a bird brain, then you're a communist.
I'm not a communist. I'm in exile.
From your husband, I'll bet he couldn't wait to get rid of you.
And who's the one with all the divorces?
My husband's ungrateful.
It surprises you?
Ladies, we're all worked up at the moment. Please, this way.
You seem troubled.
I am getting more and more concerned.
That another crime will occur.
No, that will solve this one. Countess, what is your maiden name?
Goldenberg, as you've seen sometimes.
Oui, but now you use it as Rennie.
My husband's name.
Of course, the Countess and Rennie. And I believe your first name is Elena.
That is true. And I suspect.
I merely ask questions. That is my job.
I thought we were friends.
It is my greatest wish, but please indulge me. This morning I was looking at your passport, and I saw a crease spot at the beginning of the name. And the spot occurs before the first letter of the name, and you can easily hide another letter, such as H. Now if you add H to the beginning of the name, it becomes Helena, which is used in Shakespeare's Midsummer Night's Dream.
That is true.
A name an actress might choose for her daughter.
I suppose.
An actress such as Linda Arden, the grandmother of Little Dave's Restaurant.
If you say so.
And the name Linda Arden is itself staging, sure. But the name Arden was Shakespeare's mother's maiden name, and the Thor's has played titled.
As you like.
You know your Shakespeare well for a Hungarian.
I've studied Shakespeare since I was a child.
Yes, I know. I believe your mother, Linda Arden, taught it to you. And that would make you the Armstrong. The aunt went to graduate school and got a degree in medicine, then moved to Europe and got married.
I do not know this woman, but I would imagine that she still suffers from the loss of her niece and her sister.
My dear, there is no use denying it. When the train gets underway and we reach the next city, a simple telegram will connect to be a photograph of Daisy's aunt, and it will all be over.
But I didn't kill him! I should have, but I didn't. I didn't even know who he was until you discovered it. But when you did, I knew that if you knew I was Daisy's aunt, you'd think that I did it because he was a blackmailer and a swine and the murderer of a darling, sweet, innocent child who deserved to live.
Hasn't really.
It's the truth, I swear to God! But I'll tell you this, if I had known who he was, that it was Bruno Cassetti, the man who took two of the people that I love most in this world, I would have pushed the dagger through his chest myself, and believe me, no other route would have been necessary.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Zach? I'm Claude Zagger Station. This is Constantine Duke of the Orient Express. We're made a snowdrift from Wednesday Pass. Where are you?
The chef in the way, but should reach you presently. How are conditions?
We're losing heat and light, provisions are low, the passengers are angry, we have a dead man running the compartment too. How are conditions with you?
Well, I'd like to know what the hell's going on. He wrote me this letter asking me to meet him here.
He wrote me the same thing. That's ridiculous. Where's that little French man hiding? Is he being mysterious again? He said he had to join him here. I've seen him also.
Well, he's obviously into something, the little weasel.
Pardon. I have kept you waiting and I apologize. I had to get, how do you say, my ducks in a row.
Ducks? What ducks? There's an expression that's kind of crazy. Oh,
Please, all of you be seated. I have an announcement to make. I gather you here in order to reveal to you the murderer of Mr. Ratchet, also known as Bruno Cassetti.
you're kidding!
I don't believe it. You're saying you know who did it.
I believe that I do, but first I must interrogate the last of your fellow passengers who has not yet answered any of my questions. Colonel Arbuthnot.
Me?
James?
Do you have a problem answering my questions, monsieur?
No. Of course not.
Excellent. Now, in the course of your action to your country, did you ever know an officer named Charles Armstrong?
No.
Have you heard of them?
Yes. We served in the same theater of action, but we never met.
And are you aware of the Daisy Armstrong case?
Of course I have. She was murdered by some brute who sent for money.
And are you aware that Colonel Armstrong was Daisy's father?
No, I wasn't.
Or that he took his own life after the tragedy?
Oh God. Sorry to hear it.
Colonel, in the hotel yesterday, I overheard you say to Miss Lemay that you wished that she was up to this. What did you mean?
I have no idea.
Then she said that no one should see together until it was all behind you. And so what was behind you?
I can't imagine.
Are you aware that you are obstructing justice?
I am aware of no such thing.
And you, mademoiselle, what did you mean?
I told you already. I wanted to get the trick behind me.
I think you are lying.
Now listen here.
Sit down, Colonel. I'm still speaking. Now, tell me what you meant in the hotel. You wanted to get her out of what? She wanted to get what's behind her.
I'm married. All right?
I'm in the process of getting a divorce, which I deserve because my wife is seeing another man. But I'll lose my case in court if it's known that I'm seeing a woman socially. When the divorce is behind us, we can stop hiding, which is why we've been trying to keep things private, no thanks to you.
You've been doing a very poor job of it, I'm afraid.
Well, some of us have emotions, Poirot. I'm sure you sacrificed your own mother to let you know one of your damn solutions. And I don't think you know what the hell you're doing.
I know exactly what I am doing. I'm investigating the case of Bruno Cassetti.
Well, he deserved to die.
Then you know who he is.
Well, yes, they told me.
But you did not know before they told you? And Colonel Armstrong was not your friend anymore. You did not save lives together as you fought with the Indian Army in the northern frontier. You did not swear fidelity and friendship with this man at your trial by fire together. And now you don't give him the respect he deserves for all the treachery and loss that he endured before he took his own life.
Shut up, you little carpet ninny! What do you know about honor?
Just sit down.
And your goddamn justice!
You have been telling me lies, Nescott. Everyone in this room has been telling me lie after lie. But make no mistake, I know who killed Bruno Cassetti, and I know precisely how it was accomplished.
We're listening.
The facts of the case could not be more simple. At 5 o'clock last evening, the train left Istanbul to Calais for Southampton. At approximately 12:30 last night, the train ran into a snowdrift and was forced to stop. At 10 o'clock this morning, Mr. Cassetti was found 8 stabs to the chest. These are the facts said to Stephanie. However, these facts permit 2 possible solutions to the case. Under the first solution, one of Cassetti's enemies boarded at the train at Sofia and brought with him a regularly uniform which he later put on. Then, to capacity to enter his compartment, he sat them in 8 times and left through the door of Mrs. Hubbard's.
That's what I've been telling you.
You're here.
Well done, my friend. You solved the case.
But not get too excited. You haven't finished yet, have you?
No, Princess, I have not finished. Let me propose a second solution because 2 unexpected events made the first solution impossible. The first event was the snow, which forced the train to stop. That meant that the killer had a very big problem. Where could he go? He could not get off the next station because there was no next station. So unless the killer could fly, he must be among us on this train. He must be one of you.
You said there were 2 unexpected events. We just can't wait to hear the other ones.
The second event was the discovery of a fragment of a letter that said, "Remember little Daisy Armstrong." And from this letter, we know that the killer was not some ordinary Anthony Cassetti, but one who came to avenge of the death of a 5-year-old child. Am I being fair about this, Miss Devon now? What do you think?
I suppose so.
Calm. Now, with these facts in mind, the second solution took root, and little by little it blossomed into all its terrible ruthlessness. The first clue in my arrival at Istanbul was when I realized that not a single ticket was left on the first-class coach of the Orient Express.
Because my train has never sold out this time of year. That is ridiculous.
And it was ridiculous. Why was the train so suddenly full? But thanks to Miss Shipu, I had emerged from the train and stood on the platform where I met an astonishing company of actors.
Monsieur Papa, I look forward to hearing about your wonderful adventure.
Princess Dragomirov, how lovely to see you.
I've agreed to pay her way if she will assist me as I travel to Paris.
I am not married except to God Almighty who lives in heaven.
Hungarian, French, Russian, and Swedish. But what were all these people doing on the same train at the same time? Something was amiss. It was like looking at a painting by Pablo Picasso. Over their eye, on top of an ear, behind the nose, nothing was normal. Consider the moment in the corridor last night.
Help! Somebody come quickly, help!
Mrs. Hubbard, what is it?
There was a man in our room. He ran off, I'm sure of it.
Which way did he go?
That way, just a second.
But madam, that's where I'm coming from. I saw no one. How was this possible?
How should I know?
came the murder. A businessman dies in a locked room in a torrent of almost unspeakable violence.
Oh, dear God, it is awful!
Do you see his chest?
It is horrible!
I cannot believe it.
And then Simon inspected the body, and the Countess and I found not one, not two, but 8 stabs to the chest. And after that, I was offered a feast of clues. The open window, the watch, the gun, the wine, until one clue of real importance was at last discovered. The watch.
Perhaps the man changed hands during the stabbing.
Well, there were 2 assailants, one right-handed and one left-handed.
One strong, one weak.
Aha, we have something important, yes? It is the time of death.
It stopped at 1:15.
But for me, the importance of the watch was not the time it was told, but the place it was found. In Mr. Cassetti's pajama pocket, an unlikely place to keep your watch, don't you think? Do you sleep with a watch in your pocket? Do you? Or you? Of course you do not. It would be uncomfortable. And that led me to believe that the watch was deliberately placed in Mr. Cassetti's pajama pocket, so that I would think that the time of death was 1:15. The time when every single person on the train has an alibi. But Mr. Cassetti did not die until after 2 o'clock, when absolutely no one has an alibi.
You know, I really don't think we need to be subjected to a performance like this.
Sit down, Mrs. Hubbard. Now, the report killed Mr. Cassetti. The second clue was at last discovered on the floor near the body. The handkerchief with the letter H in it. And it now returned to its rightful owner, Princess Dragonmira.
But my name begins with an N.
Except that's in Russian. In the Cyrillic alphabet, the letter N is written like the letter H in English.
Thank you, I must have dropped.
Now leaves the last, most puzzling occurrence in the entire case. As for some of you will recall, I was speaking with the Colonel and Mrs. Hubbard when all of a sudden there was a scream and a gunshot. But this was no ordinary scream, my friends. This was a fabrication so fantastic and elaborate that for a moment even I was confused.
Oh my God, it's her. What happened? Mary, Stevenham.
But with the moment seeing Miss Debenham on the floor, I knew it was a sham, a performance. How could a man only 2 feet away really graze a victim in the arm? And why would I find a powder burn on the sleeve? Because she fired the bullet herself, then dropped the gun and fell to the floor.
Nonsense.
That has to be crazy.
Exactly, crazy. That's what committed told me. So of course I'm actually committed everything to you. 4 people on the train were friends or family of Daisy Armstrong. Do you not find this incredible?
My father brought the case against that son of a bitch.
Her grandmother was my dearest friend.
He deserved to die.
I would imagine that she still suffers from the loss of her niece.
And if there were 4, could there be 6 or 8? Could Miss Debenham not have been young Mrs. Governess at the time of the kidnapping? And Greta Olson, who's been a baby nurse for years, maybe not suppose that she was Daisy's nurse on Long Island?
I lived with the family for about a year. I'm a governess. I'm a missionary. I work in Africa for little babies.
As for Michelle, it struck me from the beginning that a case like this could not be accomplished without someone on the inside. Let's say a conductor would come and go as he pleased. And then I recalled that the maid, Suzanne, was from Paris like Michelle. And I wondered if this unfortunate girl was not Michelle's sister who went to work in America. And that leaves one less passenger who's not getting accounted for. That leaves Mrs. Hubbard, the great Linda Arden, who has certainly turned into her finest performance of the evening. It is not hard to see that she's an actress by profession, the grandmother of little Daisy Armstrong, the great Linda Arden.
Come on here, Alexander's ragtime band.
Mrs. Hubbard, I salute you and assume that you masterminded the scheme from the beginning.
This is true.
I always wanted to be a director.
And so, the murder was committed at last. There were 8 stabs to the chest, some strong, some weak, some left-handed, and some right-handed. You planned together, You killed together, and in the name of justice, you played God together.
For that little girl. For my sister, you pig.
For Charles.
For Daisy. For little Daisy.
For my father.
For my darling Daisy.
For my grandchild.
And so, my friends, what am I to do? It's not long the Yugoslavian police arrive, at which time you must tell them the truth. N'est-ce pas?
You mean the truth, of course, about the second conductor.
Anything else would be a complete injustice.
On the contrary, it's the only justice that if you commit a crime, you must pay the price.
But it was Cassetti who murdered the little girl.
And then, did that give you the right to kill him?
Of course it did. He killed 5 people for some ransom money. He'd done it before, he'd have done it again. And now it's time for you to turn around and walk away and leave us alone.
No, it is not. It is not that time. I never gave my life turn my back on the law. Do you understand that, Colonel? The law must be obeyed or become totally barbarians. It's 1934, and Europe is changing. And if we don't change, there'll be nothing left for us. And we'll have to start over. I cannot support this. I cannot agree to this.
But he was a murderer, Monsieur Poirot. You know he was.
I just cannot. I cannot just.
May a humble actress speak her piece? Please do. Monsieur Poirot, we are in your hands, and we acknowledge that. But would you really have preferred Bruno Cassetti had got away scot-free? Would that be the kind of justice that you're after? Look at it this way. You have a complete solution staring you in the face. You have the button. You have the uniform. You have 3 reliable witnesses who saw a man in the corridor. And surely you're not calling all of us liars. Because if you did that, then there would be months of trials. Lives would be damaged even more than they have been already. And a great many people will be forced to relive the most horrible experience in all of their lives. More terrible than any of you should ever have to experience. Is that what you want? Look at your heart and tell us what you want.
He puts me to the test, madame. Then greatly troubled. Monsieur Bou, you are the director of the train. What do you say?
In my opinion, I think this first solution you put forward is entirely correct. We had an intruder disguised as a conductor. I believe that this is the solution you should offer.
And my friends, may you go with God, and let them give you the strength you need to get on with your lives.
Oh, God.
Who's arrived?
The pilot here.
Praise the Lord.
Hello there. James, do you see them?
See, I told you we'd be all right yet. You know, Burrow, he's sure does see more than I do.
Poirot? Monsieur Poirot? He's gone.
Well, gone where? Monsieur Poirot?
And so, the case was over at last, and the passengers went their separate ways. I have learned since then that Greta Olsen did in fact get to Africa, for the first time as it turns out, and looked for the children and saved many lives. Mrs. Debenham and the Colonel got married in a quiet ceremony in St. James Square. Mr. McCreed returned to his business, Michel to his trains, and the princess left us for the great beyond. The Countess, alas, went back to her husband. Monsieur Bouc and I have remained good friends, and Mrs. Hubbard, the great Linda Arden, has recently returned to the stage in a musical entitled No No Nanette, in which I am told she brings the audience to their feet. Meanwhile, I am begging to leave me when I tell you I wish all of them well, and I hope that they prosper to the end of the days. But at night, in the darkness, when I am alone, I ask myself again and again if this was justice, if I did the right thing. And on many such nights, it is not until morning that I can close my eyes.